you got Mark here, GarageGate79, and I've already filmed the video part of this, so I'm going to put this little bit in here at first. I want to say thank you to my sister Dee and her husband Mike for this birthday gift. A ProLift lawnmower lift, or jack. And as you can see, right here's the finished product. It works very well. And I will admit this is probably one of the worst videos I've ever done. I've never had any experience with putting any of these together. This is my first time dealing with a lawnmower lift, and so I kind of muddle and stumble through it, but I do get the job done. So I just want to give you a forewarning. Now also at the end of the video, after I let the jack down and say my final words, I turn the camera off. I get on my mower to start it up and back it off the jack. Guess what? The damn battery went dead. Well, it's 4 years old. Had a lot of good use out of it, so I guess that's to be expected. But like I said before, yeah, this ain't the best video I've ever made, but I've learned something here today, and maybe some viewers out there can pick up a thing or two from my learning process. Again, to my sister Dee and her husband Mike, thank you very much. This is a great gift, and I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. And Mike, bring your mower down anytime, or if you need me to bring it up to your place and use it for your mowers, anytime, buddy. Now, one thing I do want to say that I said at the end of the video, or during the video, about not having an emergency brake on the mower while you're jacking it up. Well, I just realized I had the jack in the grass. Now, if I had the jack on a hardtop pavement or a concrete floor, this jack has 4 wheels, 4 rollers. So if you're on hardtop or concrete, go ahead and put the emergency brake on your mower. Then that way the jack itself will roll with the mower. It won't come off. Well, listen, it's starting to rain. Let's go ahead and watch this rest of this video. Like I said, it ain't the best I ever made, but I did learn something. Hope you enjoy it. Today was Thursday, and I talked to my brother-in-law a couple of days ago. I guess it was Monday or Tuesday, and I told him about these jacks. Well, about an hour ago, he gave me a call and said, Mark, me and your sister have a gift for you. And it's like your birthday present, Christmas present, Halloween treat, what have you. You know, and I had no idea what he was talking about. He said it's in the back of my truck, so come on up here and take a look. So, yeah, he remembered what I was talking about. Right here's what I found in the back of his truck. This is a ProLift lawnmower lift. And he got it at Tractor Supply earlier today, and I don't know what it cost, but I'm not going to ask because it was a gift. I've heard a lot of good things about these. You know, especially the ones that's made really well. And since I haven't had any dealings with them, I'm kind of anxious to get this bad boy together and see how it works. So what I'm going to do right now, I've already cut the shipping bands on it. It had these bands on them like that. I haven't took the lid off yet, but right now that's what we're going to do. Cardboard, target shooting material. Well, it looks like everything in there's well packed. Got the instruction manual. You got your steps here, and of course you got well, these are in English, thank goodness. Here you go, Spanish. And looks like, well, French. Hey, the 3 main languages. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to lay everything out separately out of the box and lay it out here so you'll get a better idea of what comes with it. Okay, here's the heavy part. This come already together, and you got 4 little plastic rollers right here, little wheels. There's some weight to that, but I imagine it would have to have some. Let's go ahead and cut this. Also, when I emptied the box, I found this little screw right here, Allen head screw laying out. So I'm going to stick that in my pocket and see if it's just, we'll find out if it's an extra or alright. Looks like it, well, it works pretty well. As far as this part, it's simple in design. And as you can see right here, well, I guess that's your safety catch right there. That's not going to go anywhere. That's pretty sturdy. And we get over here. Well, it looks like you can take your foot and just up and back down, or your hand, or however you want to do it. Now let's get the, well, before I go to the next step, this right here probably goes up like that. And in this box right here is a jack itself. If I can get that out where it comes through the box. Yeah. Little Pro Lift jack. Capacity is 300 pounds, lift height 22 inches. Just right here, you tighten to jack it up and loosen it to let it come down. It's kind of like a shock absorber. And you got the hole here at the top, so it would, okay, pretty much fit in right here. You got a pin with a little cotter key. Let me get a better camera angle of that. Alright, these, you go ahead and remove these 2 nuts right here, and in the bottom of the jack you got 2 holes. It would fit on them like that. Y'all see what I mean. Now this looks like it's going to be fairly simple to assemble. Okay, before I start the assembly process, right here are the some other things. Right here's the foot pedal to pump the jack up with. You just slide that in like so. Now that extra screw I found that was laying out in the box, I imagine that goes right there. Alright, let's get this show on the road. You got your little pin right here, thing you just slide it in, turn it and down. And that would go up here on this. And these two things right here, okay, this right here has got some kind of rubber coating on it right there. So that's the side you would drive your mower tires up on, into that. Same with this. It's got that hard rubberized coating. Feels pretty good actually. I like that. What do they call them truck beds you spray on? Rhino liners. Kind of feels maybe like that, but it's not as tough. But then again, you're just going to have a lawnmower tire going over this. Well, y'all pretty well get the gist of what I've got going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it together. And it looks pretty well self-explanatory. But I do recommend following the instructions, because if you're like me, with my luck, I'm bound to screw up somewhere along the line. So let me get this bad boy together and we'll see how she turns out. Okay, one quick note here on the jack handle. The little screws right here that you tighten down, the nuts are those self-tightening nuts. They got the little rubbery material in here, and the tighter you crank down, the tighter they get. These are, I guess, what you would call non-slip or non-loosen nuts. I like that feature, and this seems to be the only two on the entire jack, but I like it. Alright, step one would be these things right here that the tires roll up on. Remember, the rubberized end is the one you want facing out front. Right here you got two holes, right here you got two holes. Just kind of get them lined up and put in like that, and you tighten the screws down. Now I also want to mention that the screws that go on them things right there, they also got that plastic material that locks down right there. So yeah, that's not going to slide off. Now I'll snug this on right quick. And might as well get this one while I'm here. And of course I'm going to have to get a socket and a wrench and tighten that down. Now as far as the other side, you do the same exact thing with it. It's pretty simple. Alright, I got on the two parts that hold the front wheels of the mower up. And on each one you got two bolts right here. Then you got those nuts I showed you a second ago. You tighten them down, believe me, those bad boys are not going anywhere. Now what I used to put them on with, I just used a set of channel locks to hold the head of the bolt. My wrenches were in the building behind the house and I didn't feel like getting them. So I had that set of channel locks laying there, and I used a 17 millimeter socket to tighten the nut up with. These things are on there. They are on there. Not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. Alright, let's get to the next step. Alright, the next step is going to be attaching the jack itself. Right there. Now the top part, see this hole here, I'll remove this cotter key out of the pin, pull that out, attach the top. Then here at the bottom, get a close view of that. Right here I'll remove these two nuts and slide a jack over these two bolts right here. Okay, I removed this little pin and cotter key right here, and you take the jack and you see the notch, just put it in like that, line it up, voila. Let's see, put the cotter key in. That's simple. Now you got two holes right down here in the bottom of the jack like I showed you. You twist that to the left and that pulls right straight down. Now these here, you need some Allen wrenches. I don't know what size yet. My brother-in-law's got a set of them because I misplaced mine somewhere, and I just called his house, and well, my luck being, he's had to run a few errands into town. He'll be back after a while. But right here, you got a washer and a little lug nut that goes on the other side. You put this down through here, like that, of course. Get it lined up. Put them on the other side and tighten that down. There's also a hole on the back side. But this back side right here, it's going to be kind of a tight fit, because you got a little thing right there protruding out. You just put that in there. Yeah, that ought to clear it. You're going to have to do, it'd be best just to flip this up on its side, the whole jack, and put the Allen wrench in right there and tighten it from the bottom using that, you know. Oh well, we'll get to it. Let's see what our next step is. Alright, as you can see, I've got the jack attached to it, but I run across something that I did not like here. Let's look at the bottom of this. Let's get a good look at it. See right there? That is sticking way past the bottom of the jack. And that one's sticking out too, just not as bad. I guess what I'll have to do is tighten it down. And I got a handheld angle grinder. Cut it off about right there and then booger that last thread to where those nuts can't come off. Now you might ask, well, why don't you just flip them over? Well, I thought about that, but there's no way to get a socket down on top of a nut if I was to put that right there, unless I used a bunch of washers. But then again, I might go ahead and give it a try. But this right in here, this little area, is just going to be too tight. And the other bolt is going to be even tighter. So, yeah, I'll just go ahead and get that angle grinder and cut that off. And then booger up that last thread to where the nuts won't come off. Alright, folks, this piece right here is what the handle goes to. Now on the instructions, it shows the slotted side going in facing towards the rest of the jack. Now, as you can see here, you got two little pieces here for support, and it kind of makes like a little notch here. So that right there, you're not going to mess up sliding that on. It goes on just like that, and it keeps it from sliding side to side. You got a little bit of play in it, but you want just a tad so it won't be so rigid. And then you just go ahead, slide in the screws right there. One there, or the bolt rather, and then put the screw on it. Get that started, and yeah, that's one of them real tight ones. Yeah, got that plastic material on the inside of the nut. That's not going to come off. And we'll see what size socket this fits here in just a second. Let's get that started. Alright, let me go through my sockets. I'll be right with you. Alright, that'll take a 10mm socket for the nut on the back. Well, it fits it on front too. I'll get my channel locks there and tighten that down. Alright people, we got the jack handle. See the little notch right there? Just in and over. Just that simple. Pull up, turn, pull out, save storage space. It's complete. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this bad boy on out into the yard, since some screws are still sticking out under the jack itself, and set it up and we'll see how she works. Alright, as you can see, I got it out here in the yard. I would have rather tried it on the pavement, but like I said before, them two screws sticking out too long, so I thought I'd just put it here for now. Well, I've inserted the foot pump right here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to tighten the thing here on the bottom of the jack all the way to the right where it'll pump up. Then I'm going to pull the mower up on it, and then we'll try and jack it up and see how she does. I've already got it turned. Oh yeah. Like I was saying before, that extra screw I found laying loose in the box by itself, that goes into the foot pump handle. There's already a hole drilled for it, and it'll go right through there, and you don't have to tighten it down god awful or anything like that. Went on pretty good. We'll go over the dimensions and stuff here in just a few minutes. Let's see if this works. Well, guess what? I guess maybe I better let the emergency brake off while I'm jacking it. Yeah, I was wondering about that. You leave your emergency brake off, and then I guess after you get it to the height you want, then you put it back on. If you notice as you jack it up, you see these things right here? They follow right along with the jack. And there it is in another slot. That's as high as I would need it, but there we go. That seems to work. Let's walk around here. Yeah, that's okay, sorry about that. My batteries died on me. Well, anyway, yeah, that's plenty of room to get up and under there. You can get to the blades real easy. You can wash out and under the deck, no problem. These little gadgets like these, man, they can make life very easy. Yeah, we can get to that real good. Plenty of room. And right there, you got them two black things and those notches. It's pretty sturdy. Now, you can get heavier duty models. You can get more expensive models. But this is a 19.5 horsepower mower. I don't know what the weight is on it, but it seems to be holding up really well. Let me put the camera back on the tripod, and we'll see how it does letting it down. Alright, before I let it down, I want to point out a couple things to you. On the left front of where the wheel is right there, this front wheel, you got the instructions to you know, just some short instructions on how to lift, and on the other wheel on the front how to let it down. The jack here accommodates mowers up to a 41-inch width on front, a 300-pound axle weight, and it lifts up 22 inches high. So there's plenty of room right there to get under the mower and do preventive maintenance or whatever you might need to do. So right now we're going to go ahead and let this bad boy down here. Just a little bit at a time. Just like it. Hey, listen, I know this wasn't the best instructional video ever made. I'm not going to claim that, not at all. But if somebody like me can take my time, not lose my patience, of course there's no reason to lose your patience with this thing. It's just that simple to put together. Like I said again, the only drawback was in two hex screws that hold the jack down to the frame. They're too long. Might as well get you a grinder or hacksaw and chomp them off. That way you can use it on a pavement or a concrete floor. That's why I got it in the grass right now. But this is something that's going to be very useful to me. I got this John Deere mower, and I've got two big size snapper mowers up in my garage. And I got a lot of grass to cut. And this right here will save me a lot of time and aggravation. This is Mark, Garage Gate 79. Catch y'all later.